my guy is in financial straits. You know, he was very flamboyant and flashy with a lot of his money, and it almost seemed like impossible. Even if he lost a lot of it, how can he actually go broke? Well, I know he lost $8 million on a house in Vegas, $54 million in loans. Another house of his just got foreclosed on. What? He sold his plane. Logan Paul says he owes him like $1.2 million. He also owes Dubai royalty money. He's underwater with the IRS. He's not going to garner a lot of sympathy from people because of the way he acted in the way he...
When we're getting ready to shoot, he's got like these kind of people at his house.
Right.
And there's this like old school jeweler dude there. Like they're like, oh, this is like one of the OG jeweler guys. This is like who everyone else gets their stuff from. And he told me, and I'm not gonna say who it is, but he's like, Mayweather's broke. I said, no. He's like, no, really, Mayweather's broke. Now, I don't know if it's true.
Right.
This is what this guy told me. I'm like, how could he be broke? He's like, yo, he spends like crazy.
I thought it was all BS for years until I saw the lean yesterday too, the 7.3 million.
Yeah.
I said, oh, this shit real.
This shit real.
So here's the thing, because me and Floyd are friends.
Okay.
I know his mom, all of us are cool. So I can't really give my opinion on this, that it would backfire in some kind of way, but I could say this, and I told you this about Michael Jackson years ago. You can't spend unless you are replacing the money.
Yes.
Like, what's that? And I tell him, he said, that's nonsense. He said, well, as long as they trying to figure me out, they not gonna be able to figure out what they need to do. And he continues to move. I will say this without saying too much, that I've seen him pass on some big deals based upon business he already has on the table.
But I highly doubt American white men, they're not known for doing this type of shit. They're just not. You know, that nigga shit.
For years, the internet's favorite sport was mocking Floyd Mayweather by claiming he lacked basic literacy skills and could not read. However, the narrative has taken a much darker and more calculated turn, as critics are now alleging that he has lost the ability to even count his own dwindling fortune.
Recently, the IRS filed a $7.3 million tax lien.
That's when...
for unpaid taxes from 2018 to 2023, for 5 years, unpaid taxes.
When I saw that yesterday, I'm the same. I thought it was all BS for years until I saw the lean yesterday too, the 7.3 million.
Yeah.
I said, oh, this shit real.
This shit real.
So here's the thing, because me and Floyd are friends.
Okay.
I know his mom, all of us are cool. So I can't really give my opinion on this, that it would backfire in some kind of way, but I could say this. And I told you this about Michael Jackson years ago. You can't spend unless you are replacing the money.
Even those within his inner circle, like the legendary comedian TK Kirkland, who has been a vocal supporter and personal friend of Mayweather for years, are beginning to sound the alarm. Kirkland recently admitted that it has become genuinely agonizing to witness Floyd's catastrophic.
We've said this for years. If you spend out 500,000, 20,000, you better be making sure a week or 2 weeks you're putting the money back. If you're not gonna put the money back, eventually you will be broke if you keep spending. And what is my other rule? No matter how much money you make, you live beneath your means.
100%.
Not over your means. People get a little bit of change and they go for the highest things, and now you're stressing yourself out to keep chasing the rabbit. Man, come on, people. I don't know what else we gotta tell you. But the great thing Floyd does have going for himself is that he got a big fight coming up with Manning.
The level of concern is so high that Kirkland is publicly pleading with Floyd Mayweather to stop stalling and officially sign the contract for the high-stakes Netflix fight. Despite the mountain of legal disputes, breach of contract allegations, and the heavy cloud of controversy hanging over the deal.
Do I really have this problem with money? Take the fight, whether it's an exhibition fight or a legit fight. Because I'm quite sure at the Spear, it's gonna be a lot of money. That's gonna be big time.
Hey, listen, Floyd had an unbelievable amount of spending.
Yes.
Like private plane.
Yeah.
I have never seen Floyd Mayweather at the airport.
Never.
I've seen 50 Cent at the airport.
Yes.
Me and 50 had a first class flight together.
Yes.
He was sitting right across from me.
Right.
He rich too.
Yes.
But he not flying private all the time.
Right.
Floyd has never flown commercial, I think.
And people don't understand how much that gas is.
Oh my God.
Just to go, I think one way is 30,000 to fly.
Just when it seemed that the IRS was the only powerhouse opponent Floyd had to worry about, the situation shifted from bad to worse as a high-end jeweler from Miami stormed into the arena. This jeweler has launched a massive $375 million lawsuit against Mayweather involving an array of luxury watches and
boxing legend Floyd Mayweather Jr. is facing another lawsuit, this time from a high-end Miami jeweler claiming he owes $1.375 million for luxury watches and chains. According to court filings, Mayweather allegedly purchased 27 watches and 15 chains, totaling $1.675 million from AJ's Jewelry last August, but paid just $300,000. 5 checks reportedly bounced. The lawsuit follows other recent legal issues, including a New York claim alleging he owes $330,000 in unpaid rent on a Manhattan penthouse, along with a separate federal case in South Florida involving a reported $4 million jewelry dispute. The 50-0 former champion is scheduled to return to the ring in September for a rematch against Manny Pacquiao.
The fire of speculation was fueled even further when DJ Vlad revealed that a prominent jeweler personally confirmed that Mayweather is fighting a losing battle behind the scenes. This insider information has led to a haunting question that is now echoing throughout the sports world. Is Floyd's relentless...
I was hanging out at Wes Watson's house. Right, he's a big like fitness influencer.
Yeah, I know
you know who he is, right? So we did a house tour.
Bald headed dude.
Yeah,
yeah,
white dude, big,
like prisoner guy.
Prisoner guy,
Yeah,
right? Exactly. So when we're getting ready to shoot, he's got like these kind of people at his house,
right?
And there's this like old school jeweler dude there. Like they're like, oh, this is like one of the OG jeweler guys. This is like who everyone else gets their stuff from. And he told me, and I'm not gonna say who it is. He's like, Mayweather's broke. I said, no. He's like, no, really, Mayweather's broke. Now, I don't know if it's true.
Right.
This is what this guy told me. I'm like, how could he be broke? He's like, yo, he spends like crazy.
The layers of this story are peeled back. Floyd's loyal fan base is likely to face a wave of embarrassment and profound disappointment. Shocking reports suggest that Mayweather has been forced to liquidate his assets, selling off various mortgages and dozens of high-value properties across the country. This desperate fire sale is being blamed on a lifetime of reckless, unchecked spending habits that are now coming back to haunt him with a vengeance. Journalists and financial...
I mean, listen, Mayweather never flies commercial. He's only flying private.
So he doesn't own his own plane?
I don't think so. I've never seen a Mayweather plane, like a Drake plane. I've never seen that. Not to say that he doesn't. I don't know Mayweather like that. I've never even met him. So I don't know. I mean, you have a lot of properties. You have a lot of money you're constantly spending.
Right.
I don't know. Remember at one point he said he was buying like the jewelry district building.
Yeah, and they said
that wasn't true.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know this man's finances, but this guy told me that Mayweather is in financial problems.
See, here's the shitty part about actually losing your money when you're on that level and you're, kind of like flossing, showing off. Nobody gives a shit.
The tragedy of the situation is undeniable. A fighter who was once globally celebrated as one of the wealthiest athletes to ever live is now being framed as a cautionary tale of poor money management. He is currently surrounded by a non-stop barrage of rumors involving illiteracy, massive tax debts, and lawsuits stacking up from every corner of the globe. Floyd...
Nobody goes back into the game of possibly being hit and embarrassed in front of people simply because they love boxing a great deal at the age of 49.
He's probably incredibly confused why someone keeps selling his mortgages. He probably has a dozen homes and 3 dozen different people holding his mortgages lately. That's why he's fighting.
It's the price of blow pops that has brought him back into
I'm sure all of it.
Fighting.
And he doesn't look, from where I was sitting over the last 20 years, didn't seem like he was like super fiscally responsible. This is the least surprising thing ever.
To inject even more drama into this saga, Floyd has recently been signing new fight deals at an almost frantic pace. It is becoming crystal clear that by lining up exhibition matches against legendary names like Mike Tyson and Manny Pacquiao, Mayweather is positioning himself for a series of massive paydays that could potentially bring in more cash than anyone expected at this stage of his career. However, the burning question remains, will this influx of millions actually solve the problem?
your spending has to be so fiscally irresponsible to lose the amount of money that Floyd Mayweather has lost that it is almost beyond anything that is reason. It's not merely fiscal insanity. It's something that doesn't make any sense to me.
Right. And another sign of him maybe in financial trouble is, as of February 2026, Floyd Mayweather has initiated a massive $340 million lawsuit against Showtime Networks and former executive Steven Espinoza. So he's trying to get some bread right now.
The estimate is that he made over $1.2 billion over the course of his career in just earnings from fights.
Yeah. I think a question, though, that you should also ask, outside of like how much has he made, is how much has he spent? You know? Because I would say he's fully capable of spending close to $1 billion in the last.
If we look deeper into the structural problems of his business, it becomes evident that Floyd's ego may have been his biggest financial enemy. Former NFL star Cam Newton recently pointed out that Floyd's approach to brand management was deeply flawed and almost entirely impractical. Newton compared Floyd's Mayweather Promotions to Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions, noting that Oscar focused on building a lasting company by promoting other stars. In contrast, Floyd focused entirely on himself, allowing rising stars like Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis to walk away and even speak out against him. As a result, his promotional empire has stalled, while his rival—
that at 49, he would have no other way of making this amount of money in one place, because it is an enormous amount of money that he will make, though it pales in comparison to the previous amounts that he's made. But I remember telling you guys here when I saw it on South Beach at the height of his earning, right? He and his crew walk into a place that's crowded. It's by the pool. It's a pool party. And one of the guys just takes out of the duffel bag $10,000 in cash to get it for a handful of beach chairs by a pool. And I remember saying at the time, and I felt judgmental saying it, but I'm like, that's exactly how you go broke, no matter how much money it is.
Newton also highlighted a critical missing piece in Floyd's financial puzzle: corporate alignment. While other high-profile fighters like Conor McGregor and Oscar De La Hoya leveraged their fame to partner with global blue-chip brands and create scalable businesses like whiskey companies or media empires, Floyd remained an island. He never secured a major long-term partnership with a global powerhouse brand. Was the money brand too toxic for corporate America, or was his management simply too disorganized to handle high-level business deals? This lack of institutional support has left him vulnerable, raising the question of whether his illiteracy or his ego ultimately led to this current state of near bankruptcy.
He gave off this lifestyle that was not realistic for a lot of people to obtain.
Yes.
My question is, why hasn't he ever aligned with a brand? Or let's flip it. Why hasn't a brand ever aligned with him? I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
So when you think about boxing,
Okay.
names that come to fruition come to mention is Oscar De La Hoya.
Yep.
Oscar De La Hoya is the face or the owner, creator, CEO of Golden Boy Promotions. Well, Mayweather Promotions, not a lot of people have aligned with that. You got Devin Haney that has spoke bitterness to him. You had Gervonta Davis who spoke bitterness to him. So it's like, hold on. Well, why didn't you get into promotional? You only promote your fights. That's not a scalable thing.
However, a new and much more unsettling narrative is starting to emerge from the shadows of Mayweather's inner circle. Whack 100, a notorious and outspoken business associate of the boxer, has claimed that he is ready to pull back the curtain and reveal the true state of Floyd's private affairs. According to Whack, the reality of Floyd's financial and legal situation is significantly more alarming and disturbing than even the most aggressive media reports have suggested. He hints at revelations that could potentially send shockwaves through the entire sporting world and change how we view Floyd. Mayweather forever.
Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor has aligned with this lavish lifestyle too, but his investments hit with one fight with Floyd. Proper 12. He grew that to its greatness and sold a lot of his shares. What I do hear or read the reports. I'm like, why hasn't nobody ever aligned with Floyd? Keep going.
Yeah.
When you see a guy like Canelo Alvarez,
Yeah.
Every time you see Canelo, it's always this gentleman. Where's the suits? All right, similar to Conor.
Swag 100's description of the current situation is surreal. He describes Floyd as being oddly calm, almost as if he is detached from the reality of his own ruin. While lawsuits mount and debt collectors circle, Wack claims Floyd is constantly talking about his inner peace and mental wealth. While this might sound like a noble personal philosophy to some, to financial experts, it sounds like a psychological defense mechanism. For a man facing millions in debt and the loss of—
You and I are broke compared to Floyd Mayweather.
Definitely.
We're like essentially homeless compared to Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd's one of my business partners. I just got off the phone with him on our way here, literally. You know where Floyd is rich at right now?
What's that?
His peace of mind. When I send him things, like I send you things when it's pertaining to you, when he gets the time, he'll call me and he say, hey, Wack, what's that? And I tell him, he said, that's nonsense. He said, well, as long as they trying to figure me out, they not gonna be able to figure out what they need to do. And he continues to—
Despite maintaining that Floyd is not outwardly panicking, Wack 100 admits that the heat coming from multiple creditors and legal firms is becoming unbearable. He has even introduced a provocative conspiracy theory, suggesting that the entire financial downfall might be a sophisticated setup orchestrated by powerful enemies. According to Wack, there is a much deeper truth hidden beneath the surface of these lawsuits. He warns that while Floyd projects an image of cool indifference, the world should be wondering if he is a master of the chaos, or if he is simply walking blindly into a terminal trap.
I will say this without saying too much, that I've seen him pass on some big deals based upon business he already has on the table. But again, I've been to his home, I talk to him regular. He's my business partner. I think he's riches in his peace of mind because nothing that's going on out there is phasing him or get to him. He doesn't even control his social media. He doesn't see it. I'm telling you, he doesn't see it.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he's posting himself. He has someone that
he doesn't see it. He doesn't pay it any attention. When I need something done, I have to send it through different channels for it to get—
The financial unraveling of the money team appears to be reaching a breaking point. Floyd is currently fighting a multi-front war against lawsuits from jewelry houses, landlords, and the government. But the ultimate insult came recently when his longtime rival, Manny Pacquiao, reportedly moved to seize Floyd's former gym. This move followed a series of embarrassing complaints from former employees who claimed Floyd failed to pay their basic wages. Seeing his rival take control of his training ground is perhaps the most damaging blow to Floyd's pride and stability.
He's definitely not, I mean, we know that. He has tons of businesses going on. They were making accusations that he didn't own the things he owned. You're not gonna find nothing in Floyd's name directly. You're not gonna find— When you're dealing with that type of money and those type of situations, you know this, Vlad, it's set up. It could be a foundation, a trust.
Yeah, shell companies, corporations, LLCs, whatever.
I know some of these people that they'll say they own 40 different companies, but what it is, they're part of an investment group that owns this. Not to say that's Floyd's case, but Floyd's all right. He's where he wants to be. He's content with himself.
The numbers involved in this collapse are absolutely staggering and continue to grow by the day. From an unpaid $15,000 private jet fuel bill to the massive $7.3 million IRS lien, and from $338,000 in abandoned rent to the eye-watering $3.9 million in jewelry-related debt, the list is a catalog of financial failure. These aren't just minor setbacks, they are the ingredients